Thank you very much, Hui Yao, for your invitation. And I'm so excited to join my old friends and former colleagues for this important event. As you know that after lengthy and tough negotiations, China became a member of the World Trade Organization in 2001, which is widely considered as a landmark economic event in modern world history. The WTO accession marked a milestone of China's economic opening and success in the integration to the world economy. China's trade opening, as well as global economic integration and the multilateral trade rules, worked together to facilitate China gaining extraordinary economic and trade growth. In return, China has proved to become an indispensable engine for the global growth. And its WTO membership has also made the WTO a truly global and more relevant international organization. China's successful accession has also inspired many other developing countries to join the WTO. As DG Iwela of the WTO stated a couple of days ago in Geneva, China has become the textbook case for how global trade integration can drive growth and development. The country's economic rise has lifted millions out of poverty, not only within China, but also in China's trading partners across the developing world. China's WTO accession created a win-win outcome. For all the attention given to China's rise as an export powerhouse, people have focused much less on the question of China's imports. From $244 billion in 2001, merchandise imports into China jumped to $2.06 trillion last year, or 12% of world merchandise trade. This is a significant contribution to the world economy, which is too often overlooked. In order to better understand the economic implication of China's accession, we need only to look at China's rank and share in the exports of major economies over time. For example, China went from being the 11th largest export destination of the US in 2001, accounting for less than 2% of US exports, to being the country's third largest export partner, absorbing 90% of US exports. Among developing countries, South Africa is a representative example. China was the country's #1 export destination in 2020, up from the 17th place in 2001. During this period, the share of China in South Africa's exports jumped from 1.7% to 11%. China is even more important for other emerging economies, including Brazil, where nearly 32% of exports go to China. Upon its WTO accession, China's economy has undergone a systemic transformation and all-round opening up. The past 20 years have proven that by embracing globalization and integrating into world economy, China has successfully become a global manufacturing hub and a trade center. A wide range of Chinese industries, particularly those that were opened up due to China's WTO commitment, have emerged much stronger in global competition and climbed up the value chain. Keeping the same pace is therefore a strategic choice for China to enhance its international positioning and avoid falling into the middle income trap in next decades. The less known reason for China's success in speedy development and industrial upgrading after its WTO accession is its proactive participation in global value chains. It's convinced that continuous trade and investment liberalization in the future will improve the business environment, attract foreign investment, and help China remain firmly embedded in global value chains. It, in return, will greatly reinforce its economic resilience to withstand various crises and risks and break the ill-founded decoupling argument. At present, the multilateral trading system is going through the most difficult moment in its more than 70 years of history. Trade protectionism is spreading around the world. The WTO is in deep crisis with the vacuum of leadership, stalled multilateral negotiations, and paralyzed dispute settlement mechanism. However, an open, non-discriminatory, and rules-based multilateral trading system that can keep pace with modern times is indispensable for the growth of both China and the world economy. In a multipolar world, China should promote a new pattern of collective leadership and good co-governance in the WTO. Therefore, China is needed to provide more public goods to WTO members by opening up its market and promote win-win multilateral cooperation. China is also expected to stay firm in observing multilateral trade rules so as to gain the trust of the members. Regarding the ongoing WTO reform, China should actively participate in the process and firmly uphold open, inclusive, and non-discriminatory principles, while preventing the multilateral trading system from moving toward protectionism. In conclusion, while China's huge achievement during 20 years of WTO membership are to be commended, the country must not rest on its successes. Our task now is to find a way to restore multilateral cooperation, keep strengthening the system, and deliver new reforms. In an increasingly interdependent and multipolar world economy, it is our shared responsibility to ensure that we bolster global economic cooperation and that we leave a strong and well-functioning trading system for the future generations. Thank you.